The world of buying new irons has changed forever. Hi everyone, my name is James and welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today I have a set of golf clubs you have probably heard about by now and a set of golf clubs you may not have heard about just yet. You see, we're going to test the Takomo 201 irons against the brand new Burley Series CB by Haitch Golf. Now, these are an Australian-based company, they are an Australian-based company, and I think they're smashing it with the irons they're bringing out. So we all know that Takomo have changed the game when it comes to that D2C model, that direct to consumer, to help you save some money. But the Haitch irons are a very similar price. They come equipped with KBS shafts as standard, so we have that really nice premium component element, and they're a similar price to the Takomos as well. So we're going to test them out here on the golf course today. Oh! It's cannoned the flag, hasn't it? And I've been in the studio testing these for numbers. Now, spec-wise, these are very similar, as you can see. The lofts are very similar, the lies are very similar, and the kind of set design makeup is very, very similar. If anything, I'd say the Haitch has a little bit more of a cavity in there to help you just get the ball up in the air a little bit more, but both of them are that kind of nice forged feeling product. So they're going to do pretty much what you want them to do. I've tested the 201s quite a lot recently because Grant Horvath put them back in the bag, and it just made me interested because I was using the 301s and I thought, well, Grant Horvath's probably a much better ball striker than I am. Hello, darkness. And he's using the 201s, so let's try them. And I did, and I enjoyed them. Got nice hair as well, hasn't he? Got good hair, like you, Bobby, like you. Right, so 5-iron to kick off. The one big difference, and we'll put this on screen for you to see now, is the amount of offset on the 201 as opposed to the Haitch. There's quite a bit more offset on this 201 iron, so if you do struggle losing the ball to the right just a touch, these could be the best one for you. Now, a couple of shots with each. That's a little bit of a kind of low face strike off the bat there. Still done pretty well down the middle of that fairway. That's trundling up there to probably around that kind of 200-yard mark. And one of the big things that I'm wanting here, I'm not gonna lie, I was worried I was gonna hit the other balls. They were too close to that ball. But one of the things that I love testing with products like this is that element of forgiveness and consistency. We all know that's what people are generally wanting to spend the money on. And when it comes to a product like this that can save you a bit of money, they're like pretty much half the price of your Pings, your TaylorMade, your Callaways, your Titleist, your Mizunos, and your PXGs. But as long as you get that performance, who really cares? Right, Takomo again. That's better. That's much more the strike that I like. A low penetrating flight, just spinning up just a touch. And I'd go as far as saying, to be honest, that the Takomos could well be as big a household name now or soon as your Callaways, as your Titleist, as your TaylorMades, because of the marketing they're doing with the likes of Grant Horvath, with the likes of the Bryan brothers, with the likes of that big kind of US contingent of influencer. Now the Haitch irons, as soon as I put this down, I think it looks incredible. The top line's nice and thick, there's not too much offset, and it looks pretty premium, to be honest, looking down at it. So, what do we get? So straight away, that's a higher ball flight. It was a nice strike. It was similar to the second strike that we had. Has that kick left? That took an awful bounce, didn't it? But we'll not mark you down for that, Haitch, with those. But certainly, it felt nice and soft. Did what I wanted it to do. Was a nice ball flight. You can tell it's got plenty of spin to get that ball in the air and have that element of control. I'd like to hit a couple of bad ones, to be honest, as well, to see that level of forgiveness with them both. But we can't do pass them here, Bobby says. Pass them here. Right, Haitch again. That was a little bit of a pulse. That one's going to be a bit longer. But again, a really nice turf interaction, and again, a really, really nice ball flight with these irons. Let's talk numbers and let's see just what differences we saw inside, and then let's work our way through the set and see which one you should potentially spend your money on. Sorry, Bob, did I get you there? Okay, so let's talk numbers for these Takomo and Haitch irons. We're going to go 6-iron here and just go middle of the bag. I know we've tested quite a few of the irons out on the course, and I've set ourselves, get ready for this, Bob, 190 yards for these clubs. Now, these are some of the longer clubs you are going to get, not in length, but of course in performance. So let's see how they do perform. Plenty of offset here on the 201, but have been a really nice iron to get to know. That's a nice strike off the bat. 5,600 spin, pulled it a little bit, And potentially that might be something that's landed at 180, released out to 185. That might be something to do with that little bit of offset, but I do feel like that's going to be more helpful than hindrance to most golfers who try these clubs. Let's just aim to the right hand side and allow that to naturally come in. A little bit lower spin that time. That should carry a bit further. Again, you can see we're covering the left side of that green. So distance is bang on, 190, pitching 181. So nice distances for me with a 6 iron. Generally, my 7 irons around are kind of 160 to 165. So it's a nice gap for this 6 iron. That's bottomy. I'll be very surprised if that makes the green. And if it does, which it's gonna do, that really shows how forgiving these clubs are, because I've hit that really, really bottomy in the face. I've only lost 4 yards carry, which is quite remarkable. So, go one more with this, then we'll go Haitch, because Haitch are a kind of new brand on the market. You may not have even heard of them, based out in Australia, but really, really good affordable clubs with, again, those premium components. We all know how good Takomo are. I think that's so bad again. I'm amazed that they're doing that well, to be honest. Amazed. Right. Haitch. Crikey. It's a whopper. Very, very sleek looking club down at the ball here. Quite a high launch there. Again, that's moving to the left side as well, so there's not as much offset on here. Very, very similar performance. It's a 180 carry. It's releasing out to that 189, 190 number. And we're starting to think that it's not the offset, Bob. It's me. Oh, that is awful. That's an awful, awful strike. That's me trying to not hit it left.
Ready.
Felt really good again. 5,500 spin, so very similar spin rate that we're getting to the Takomo. And a very similar carry distance. And to be honest, a very similar shot pattern, in that when we do strike it well, it's just kind of moving to the left that little bit. Lovely high ball flight that time again. I'm going to carry about 180 again. 178, release now again to that number. Very, very difficult to separate these two clubs in here in the studio. I think it depends entirely on potentially what you like the look of, what you like the feel of. I would say the Haitch irons feel very, very, very soft. Same shaft, so really it depends what tickles your fancy a bit more. Oh, that was nice. Look at that, Rob. 5,600 spin. Oh, I'd have them both. So consistency-wise there, pretty good. We've got a couple of balls bang next to each other there. That is one of the Takomos and one of the Haitches, and of course, one of the Haitches and one of the Takomos in the fairway. This one further back was the first shot we hit, the really, really skinny one. So quite happy with those really as a grouping. And as you saw with the numbers, again, lots and lots of consistency there. So certainly, I don't like, one of the big tests here would maybe be to include a Ping or a TaylorMade or a Titleist or a Callaway. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that and see if there was an odd one out, because you would hope for the price, there probably should be. So when it comes to the mid-irons in this bag, the lofts are very similar. There's 1 degree in it, and I'll pop those on screen for you to see now. But I think it's amazing how similar these look as well. And for me, it's important that the guys like Takomo do get the recognition of kind of starting this trend off a little bit, because we have seen companies come in who've tried to do very similar, and a lot of them have just kind of copied the model a little bit. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because it means for us and for you guys at home, for us, there's more videos to make, more content to make, and we can kind of really review these irons for you. But also, it means there's lots more options for you to spend your money and save money, of course, as well. So 165 uphill. We'll go Takomo second this time. We'll go Haitch first. One of the things, I'm not a huge fan of the grips on the Haitch. Like, they do actually feel nice. And the only way I could ever really test these is just test them for longevity, because they look like a multi-compound. They don't quite feel like a Golf Pride multi-compound, but obviously Lambkin grips is standard on the Takomos. Right, flag hunting with the Haitch. Now that's a low face strike. I would imagine that's going to be front bunker. I can't see that getting all the way up there. It's just skirted round it a touch. And it's probably important to realise as well that these aren't going to be the most forgiving irons in the world. They are a CB club, these and the 201s, but obviously Takomo do offer the 101, the 101T, that kind of hollow bodied design, and Haitch have got some fantastic options for forgiveness as well. Let's try and strike this just a little bit better. Very, very similar strike there, low off the face, straight towards that bunker, and we managed to get one in that bunker. So two not great swings there, but I do, to be honest, I really enjoy mis-striking shots like that. You have to, because otherwise you drive yourself insane. But let's see what we can do with the 201. I mean in testing, not like all the time, not like Bobby. True though, isn't it? That was a good swing. That's a good swing. Is it up there? It should be the perfect... Oh, look at that, Bob. That could go in. These 201s are incredible. They really are. That's a fantastic strike. I might hit one more with the Haitch for a good one. That's that same miss hit again. What's that like for distance with the miss hit? Identical. It's the same as... I'm going to hit one more with the Haitch because I would like to hit a good one and obviously compare, because we've hit a couple of bad ones with each. If we can get that same line, I think that's like stiff, isn't it? Nearly. It's a better strike, but it's just to the right again. Let's go up there and see where they've finished. So when it comes to the level of consistency there, and of course the level of ball striking, the ball striking not exactly up to what I would have hoped for, but even the good shot, I'd say, has pitched in a very similar position to these bad shots. The other bad shots have gone ever slightly right. I leaked them. I had the word leaked in my head, so like Eleanor. But they've leaked a little bit to the right, and for me, they've still done okay for distance, which is really important from irons of this level. So 9 irons in these two clubs. They do look good, don't they? I think both of these have a really nice look to them, a nice appeal to them. You can see in the Haitch irons, we have that kind of little, well, quite big cavity. And the pings actually remind me of the pings. They remind me of the pings. I can't get my words out today, but it's been a long bank holiday weekend, to be fair. But, and again, I think you'll see that when we've tested numbers throughout this video, when we've tested the playability out here on the golf course, really, the only winner here is us and the game of golf, because these are two fantastic options for a lot of people. And I think essentially the big brands are going to have to be a little bit worried. Why does that always happen? I've chucked two balls down and one of them's cannoned off. Right, 145, it's 141 playing 145 this. So it should be perfect. And that's a hole-in-one flag if ever I've seen one, Bob, isn't it? Just play it to the left and let it... Oh, be the club then. Be the club. Like, that's as good as... That's certainly as good a golf shot as I can hit. Like, I'm not trying to power that, I'm not trying to muscle it, there's nothing really. It's like 3 feet away, isn't it? That's the Takomo. It is, it is. I haven't had one for a while. I had 3 in a year, and then I do feel like the offset on the Takomo actually helped me, which is random because my bad shot's been left for quite a while, but it almost makes me get into the position where I know it's not going to go left. So I almost get that lovely kind of nice ball flight you've just seen there. Can we hit another one? I think that's gone too high. Oh!
How'd that not go in?
It's cannoned the flag, hasn't it? Wow. Like, from a consistent standpoint, they're bang next to each other, aren't they? Did you hear that hit the flag? Oh, I don't know. Sometimes you've got to like manifest a hole in one, haven't you? Can we hit a similar shot with the Haitch now? Let's go through the routine. They're so good. That's just a little bit toey, you know. This could actually kick off and be really good. Now, of the 2 shots I hit with the Takomo, which were really, really nice and performed exactly how I want them to, I don't know if I'm more impressed with that one I've just hit. Because for it to still do so well out of that is really, really good, isn't it? Let's go one more. This is the one, Bob, right here, right now. I love this golf hole. Fantastic. Go on. Now, when we get up there and see how all those balls have finished, I want us to remember that these are a lot cheaper than a lot of the clubs on the market today, and I could use them, Bob could use them, and even you could use them at home. I tell you what, Bob, what are your thoughts? The one that's the longest one is the one that cannoned into the flag as well. So actually, with the Takomos, we've realistically hit it like almost twice in a row. It is, definitely, because it is 100%. I remember it dropped to the right-hand side of it. This one's pitched here, look, with the Takomo, and stopped there. And that's hit the flag and then pitched there and gone there. You can see because it's got a bit of a flag rash on it. Where is it there? So, yeah, all in all, I mean, to be fair, the misstruck Haitch is flag high exactly, and the really good one is a little bit short, so potentially you could say consistency of the Takomo a little bit more. But guys, if you've enjoyed that, thank you so much. Make sure you do subscribe. Oh, so close.